The Earth, our home, is a delicate web of interconnected systems, and for millennia it has provided a stable haven for life to flourish. But now that very stability is under threat. The planet's climate is changing at an unprecedented rate, and the consequences are far-reaching and increasingly dire. Welcome to the Decawonders Channel. We are glad you stopped by. Please take a moment to subscribe and join our growing family. Stay tuned as we uncover the 10 most serious consequences of this global crisis. Our journey into the heart of climate change begins with a stark reality. Sea levels are rising. The polar regions, once locked in a deep freeze, are now experiencing a rapid thaw. Vast glaciers, some larger than entire countries, are crumbling into the sea, adding to the growing volume of water in our oceans. As temperatures climb, the very water itself expands, exacerbating the problem. This relentless rise in sea level poses an existential threat to coastal communities around the globe. From bustling megacities to low-lying island nations, the ocean encroaches, swallowing homes, businesses, and entire ways of life. As our planet warms, the delicate balance of Earth's climate system is disrupted, leading to a surge in extreme weather events. Hurricanes, once relatively rare occurrences, are now becoming more frequent and more intense. The warm ocean waters, their temperatures driven ever higher by climate change, act as fuel, powering these monstrous storms to new and terrifying levels of destruction. Floods, too, are on the rise. Intense rainfall, often the result of a warmer atmosphere capable of holding more moisture, overwhelms rivers and drainage systems, turning once peaceful waterways into raging torrents. And in stark contrast, other regions are facing the opposite extreme drought. Prolonged periods of abnormally low rainfall, exacerbated by rising temperatures, parch the land, decimate crops, and fuel devastating wildfires. The intricate tapestry of life on Earth is woven together by countless species, each playing a vital role in maintaining the delicate balance of their ecosystems. But climate change is unraveling this tapestry, pushing countless species towards the brink of extinction. As temperatures rise and weather patterns shift, habitats are altered or destroyed, leaving many creatures struggling to survive. The iconic polar bear, its icy hunting grounds melting away, becomes a poignant symbol of this crisis, but it is not alone. From the rainforest to the coral reef, species are disappearing at an alarming rate, their songs silenced forever. Fact 4. The ocean's silent suffering. The vast oceans, covering over 70% of our planet's surface, are not immune to the impacts of climate change. As carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere rise, the oceans absorb a significant portion of this excess CO2. While this may seem like a good thing, it comes at a hidden cost. When CO2 dissolves in seawater, it forms carbonic acid, increasing the ocean's acidity. This process, known as ocean acidification, has dire consequences for marine life. Shell-forming organisms such as corals, oysters, and some plankton struggle to build their protective shells in increasingly acidic waters. The very foundation of the marine food web is threatened, with potentially catastrophic consequences for entire ecosystems. Fact number 5. Empty plates, a looming crisis. Food security, the ability to produce and access sufficient nutritious food, is fundamental to human civilization. Yet climate change is jeopardizing this fundamental right for millions around the world. Changing weather patterns, including more frequent and intense droughts, floods, and heat waves, are wreaking havoc on agriculture. Crops fail, livestock perish, and food prices soar, leaving vulnerable populations struggling to survive. The breadbasket of one region may turn to dust, while another faces devastating floods, disrupting the delicate balance of global food production and distribution. Fact number 6. The unseen threat to our health. The consequences of climate change extend far beyond rising sea levels and extreme weather events. It poses a significant and growing threat to human health. As temperatures rise, heat-related illnesses such as heat stroke and dehydration become more common, particularly among vulnerable populations like the elderly and those with pre-existing conditions. The spread of infectious diseases is also a major concern. Warmer temperatures and changing rainfall patterns create ideal breeding grounds for disease-carrying insects such as mosquitoes, expanding their range. and increasing the risk of outbreaks of diseases like malaria, dengue fever, and Zika virus. Fact 7. The crushing cost of inaction. The economic impact of climate change is already being felt around the world, and the costs are only expected to rise in the coming decades. Extreme weather events such as hurricanes, floods, and wildfires cause billions of dollars in damage to infrastructure, homes, and businesses. The agricultural sector, already facing challenges from changing weather patterns, faces significant losses, driving up food prices and impacting livelihoods. Governments and communities are forced to invest heavily in adaptation and resilience measures, diverting resources from other essential services. The longer we delay action to address climate change, the higher the economic burden will become. Fact number 8. A world running dry. Water, the elixir of life, is becoming increasingly scarce in many parts of the world, and climate change is exacerbating this crisis. Changing precipitation patterns, including more frequent and intense droughts, are depleting water sources such as rivers, lakes, and aquifers. Glaciers, once reliable sources of fresh water, are shrinking at alarming rates, threatening the water supplies of millions downstream. As water becomes more scarce, competition for this precious resource intensifies, leading to conflicts, displacement, and social unrest. Fact number 9. Uprooted by a changing climate. Climate change is forcing millions of people from their homes, creating a new category of displaced persons, climate refugees. Rising sea levels are swallowing entire islands and coastal communities, displacing residents and erasing cultures. Extreme weather events such as hurricanes, floods, and droughts force people to flee their homes in search of safety and sustenance. This mass displacement puts a strain on resources, infrastructure, and social cohesion, leading to instability and conflict. And finally, fact 10, the unseen scars, mental health, and climate change. The impacts of climate change are not only physical and economic, but also psychological. The experience of living through extreme weather events, witnessing the destruction of one's home or community, or facing the constant threat of displacement can take a heavy toll on mental health. Anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and other mental health issues are on the rise in communities impacted by climate change. The emotional burden of a changing climate is a hidden cost that often goes unnoticed, but can have long-lasting and devastating consequences. The 10 consequences we've explored today paint a stark picture of the challenges we face, but it's not a message of despair, but a call to action. Be sure to watch our previous video highlighting the top 10 factors causing climate change. This video will be linked in the description box. By understanding the true cost of climate change, we can make informed choices, support sustainable solutions, and advocate for a healthier, more resilient future for all. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on important global issues. Follow us on TikTok and Facebook at the Decawonders Channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay safe and informed. Together we can make a difference.